Audio Jungle.
In 1958, Magaliesburg saw our first residential home established, born out of the compassion, altruism, and social consciousness of its founders. Initially, it provided a home for 9 youngsters from a local children's home who had been destined for a so-called trade school. These boys were soon joined by 17 others from children's homes throughout the country, and since then, the organization has continued to expand, including the introduction of young girls into its program.
We started in the early days with a few children who were neglected, abused and needing protection, and we're now serving up to about 55,000 beneficiaries a year.
It was the vision of Bishop Osmond, who was the Bishop of Johannesburg. He saw a movie called Boys Town and he said to his mother, look, we need to also take in some children into our home and try to care for them. And that's how it humbly started, and today it's a national organization. It was Boys Town, but we've now taken in girls as well. So since 2004, it has become Girls and Boys Town.
For 60 years, GBTSA has been creating opportunities for youth to shine, to grow and develop into responsible citizens, able to contribute to family and community life in the spirit of peace, dignity, tolerance, equality, and solidarity with others.
So what frames all of the therapeutic work that we do at Girls and Boys Town is what we call our Shine Goals, the Girls and Boys Town Shine Goals, which is a registered trademark. And the acronym stands for significance, so every young person needs to be significant. So the H of Shine is the home, helping young people belong. The I stands for independence, so the skills that we work with and the programs that we run with young people and in fact families around what helps those young people and families to become independent and what are the things we need to do to help young people feel and actually be more independent. The N is nurturing, so we have many programs for our young people that deal with generosity. And then finally is E of the acronym for education.
GBT's journey has been that of restoring dreams and improving lives of youth in South Africa through the following initiatives.
What makes Girls and Boys Town unique is a peer group system.
We know that this program does work. I've seen the success through the years that I've been here, and I've been here since 1996.
We allow our youth to govern themselves, where we have councillors, we have a mayor and his councillors. They're the one who's running the project. They are the one who make sure that the kids are up in time, the kids they have their school uniform, the kids' education is being taken care of, and all such things.
Girls and Boys Town Training Institute basically offers a range of programs that helps educators as well as parents to deal with ill discipline, especially in schools where we know that there are problems with discipline.
My name is Anesta. I'm a social worker here in Family Services Department. Basically what we do is when the children are placed in Girls and Boys Town, in our care, we try to accommodate their families as well. There's a lot of reasons why the kids cannot be in their communities, and one of the reasons is because the family can't cope with the behavior anymore. But our main goal is to get the child back into that community, because the best child for themselves to be at is at home.
My name is Justice Maafa. I'm a learner support aide at Girls and Boys Town Kagiso. Part of my job is to do school placement for these kids when they come, and then I also help in assessing to make sure that we place them in the correct schools and that they will not be discriminated because of their behavioral problems. This is our local library, the library at the Learning Support Center, which has books from the CAPS curriculum, which is aligned to the school curriculum that they're currently doing.
I was appointed as the Youth Development Manager of the Tongaat campus. Child's acceptance of knowing that there's roots, of knowing that there's people that I can connect now, change so much within themselves.
Very low numbers of our youth are involved in crime. Very low number of our youth are involved in substance abuse. So we've As a stat, over 75% of our youth 1 year out of care are not involved in crime or substance abuse, which is quite something if you look at the stats amongst youth generally, or stats amongst youth in NGOs, how many youth are using drugs now. So that's very positive.
I do what I do because I love kids and working with the youth.
There is nothing like a bad kid in South Africa. We teach them the values of becoming human beings so that they can know how to approach the outside world.
We don't just feed and clothe them and give them a bed to sleep. We teach them up to 200 different skills.
Boys and Girls Town has improved my life.
They help you with skills that normal people wouldn't have.
It has helped me a lot with my anger management.
I was stealing, I was lying, I was swearing.
The best thing is about the friends supporting you and the ma'am supporting you every single way you go.
I was used to kind of making my own decisions. We were introduced to, living a life that is governed by rules, which is a life that everybody else lives out there. So that's one of the things that I had to get used to.
My name is Harry Prince. I was sent to Girls and Boys Town, well committed there really, in 1970 as a young boy, 13 and a half years old, never been away from home and never been out in the country. And this place was set in the country as far as that's concerned. But what it did teach me is that responsibility lies within oneself. You can't blame your circumstances and everything else. You first got to accept your own responsibility and then realize that you owe responsibility to people around you, your community and other people you're living with.
The opportunity is still there. The need itself hasn't gone away. For as long as we have vulnerable youth needing support and assistance, that's where an organization like Girls and Boys Town South Africa can come into play.
We've only been able to do everything we've done in the 60 years because of the support we've had from our loyal and committed donors, individuals in the community as well as small businesses and corporates. And for the next 60 years we would depend again on the relationships with our individual donors, new donors coming on board to help us achieve this goal in 60 years, so that we're able to make a difference in the lives of young people, and to make, even if it is a difference a day or a difference with one person, one child at a time, is what our ultimate goal will be over the next 60 years and going forward.
Some donors have actually donated for 40 years and beyond, and those are the kind of partnerships we've nurtured, and that's what we look at when we speak of donors. In our 60th year, our critical message is to look at partnerships with corporates, international donors, individuals who are going to lift us beyond the survival mode and help us towards becoming self-sustaining so that we can depend on our own resources. And partnerships like that are going to definitely lift us to the next level so that we can start to become self-sustaining rather than constantly depending on external funding.
I wish for the 60th birthday the Girls and Boys Town can grow, and as it always took care of children, not only vulnerable children but children at risk and all children, I wish they could always do the same to all children that they come across.
The future for Girls and Boys Town is one where we look to serving as many vulnerable young people as we possibly can, them, their families, and all those that impact on those young people's lives.
So my hope for the future is that I think firstly we need to place ourselves on a more sound financial footing. I would like us to continue to expand our programs and to reach more people than we are currently reaching right now.
My wish for Girls and Boys Town is that we continue to let our youth shine, that we continue to do this remarkable work that we've been doing for the past 60 years, changing our youth. Because if we're changing our youth and we're empowering our youth, we are investing in a future where remarkable leaders can come from Girls and Boys Town.
My wish for the organisation is that we've gone 60 years now, And I think one of the things that we've been really good at is that we've stuck with the belief that in any human, in any young person, no matter what their circumstances, there is a gem to be found.
Girls and Boys Town changes a lot of people's lives, including me and you and the next person next to you, because we want to, not because we are driven by our circumstances, but we are willing to change. One boy that Girls and Boys Town changes, that boy can change their mother's lives, their sisters' lives, their cousins, and that can lead on. We are not changing the world, we are changing only one person, and that one person can change their families and their sisters' families and everyone around us. We can be able to deal with the challenges that we meet in the society.